Well, I'm a hypocrite, but I'm going to tell you that picking a niche is now for brokies because with new information, I have learned new insights, and now I am going to relay these new insights on you. Because I hate to break it to you, but you're SMMA, that ain't my circus and not my monkeys. If you don't know what that means, it means I don't care. And nobody cares about your SMMA. Because if you ever thought to yourself, maybe I'm not so special. Maybe if you look into the mirror, you'd realize that you look like this, right? You're sitting there, oh, I'm different. I have a unique offer. No, you're not the only one with an auto detailing agency. You're not the only one in the med spa niche. You're not the only one in the dentist niche. You know that secret niche that you think you've discovered? Well, there's 1,000 other people that are also in that niche too, okay? And this is what you look like to your prospects, right? Blah, 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 blah. They've heard it 100 times, okay? So I'm going to show you how to differentiate yourself. We're going to show you how to stand out by not picking a niche, okay? Now, I've done a lot of boring shit in my life, but one of the cool things is I first saturated an entire niche, right? Tony Lee and I used to be business partners when he was in the auto detailing industry, and he began to get clout on Joel Kaplan's YouTube channel. And what he did is he revealed everything that we were doing inside of his agency, and overnight we saturated the entire niche. Okay. Then I saturated an entire outreach method, right? So I went on this video on another channel and I shared the outreach method that I did and the full transparency and the honest, transparent, and authentic approach. And now we see a lot of people that have heard that pitch before. So first I saturated an entire niche. Now then I saturated an entire outreach script, and now I'm going to reveal the next big thing, the next big niche, the next big offer, the next big outreach that you can do inside of your SMMA, but you're going to have to act fast because I'm sure 6 months from now, history is going to repeat itself again, and you're going to be standing there like another Buzz Lightyear, okay? So if you're not going to niche down, what do? Well, somebody who has personally built a 200 client agency that served anybody with a credit card and a pulse, I can assure you going broad will lead to a life not worth living. So I'm not going to tell you guys to go broad and just work with anyone because that's a very slippery slope to go down, okay? But instead of choosing a niche, you need to choose a service or a product, okay? So let me explain this to you here. So originally I learned this by reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And one of the key things that you can follow in life is to attack what is weak and avoid what is strong, okay? And so there's a story about 2 women who were fighting, right? And they were actually fighting over a job position. They both got hired at the same time. And one of the women, they came into the company and they knew that everybody was really good at working the phones. So she was like, I'm gonna become the best person at working the phones, right? She wanted to be the best person at working the phones because that's what she saw that this company valued. That's what she saw that a lot of people in the company did, okay? And 3 months later, she was fired. Right? She was laid off because we didn't need yet another person working the phones. What she did, she attacked what was strong. Now, the other person that got hired at the exact same time, she went and she realized that everybody's good at the phones, but nobody does this. Nobody works on this insurance thing. Nobody does this paperwork. So she got really good at what everybody else was weak at. And within a year, she was the highest paid lower level employee within the company, okay? Because she attacked what was weak, okay? And that's how she made more money than everybody else in our company, okay? And that is what you're gonna be doing here with your SMMA. So step 1 is to choose an industry or a niche where you wanna write down your hobbies, your past jobs, and industries you have experience in. Give yourself a score out of 10, and that score is based on like how much do you relate to the industry, how much do you know about that industry, and then research if the industry has purchasing power, evergreen offers, meaning that they offer their services all year long, they're in pain, and then they're easy to target. For every guess that you get, add 2.5x to your score, and multiply score 1 by score 2. Right now, I have a full niche selection guide and calculator in the description where I go much more deeper into this. You can check that out. Okay. Second thing is to choose a service within your niche. Okay. This is your chance to not be the next Buzz Lightyear. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up for you. Right. So what do a lot of you guys say here in the auto detailing niche? You come in here, you're like, oh, I will help you get more leads, appointments, right? But you sound like everybody else, right? You don't differentiate yourself. You don't stand out. Okay. So instead, well, we have to look, what do people in the auto detailing niche do? Well, some do ceramic coating, some do PPF with this paint protection film, some are detailers, some do restoration, some do repairs, right? And so instead of saying, I will help you in the auto detailing niche get leads, say, I will help you get detailing jobs. I will help you get ceramic coating jobs. I will help you get PPF jobs. I will help you get restoration jobs. I will help you get repairs, okay? And then once you choose one of these, you get really good at this one thing, right? And you have the mindset of, I am a ceramic coating agency, right? And you become the best at creating funnels and creating ads and tripwire offers for ceramic coating or PPF or detailing or restoration. But one thing I can tell you right now is if you're in this industry, ceramic coating is not the one that you want to do, because I know that industry. And I know that ceramic coating is where everybody is strong at, right? But in my entire experience, I've never seen an agency, and I've been in this niche for an extended period of time, and I've never seen somebody who specializes in getting restoration jobs, right? So if you became really good at getting restoration jobs for auto detailers, you would make a boatload of money, right? Because you would be different and you would be attacking what is weak, okay? Now, once you've chosen one of them, you can rinse the fuck out of people with this slimy little sales trick, okay? So if you go up to people right now and you try and talk yourself up, oh, I'll get you a bunch of leads. Oh, I can do anything. I do ceramic coating, PPF, anything you want. I'll just work. Just please pay the invoice. Please. Nobody trusts you, right? But if you went up to somebody and you said, hey, listen, I'm not really good at ceramic coating. And honestly, I tried PPF once and it failed. I've had a couple people that I've helped with detailing. We got okay results. And I've never actually done repairs, so I don't really know much about that. But I can fill your books with restoration jobs. Think about how much more likely they're going to trust you. Think about how much more likely that prospect is going to want to do business with you if you approach them like that. Hey, I can't do ceramic coating, I can't do PPF, I can't do detailing, but I will fill your books with restoration jobs, right? That is how you sell. That's using damaging admissions, one of the most manipulative sales tricks in the book, in order to close the deal. And if you have that approach in your outreach, your discovery calls, and your sales calls, you're going to build trust, because remember, if people believed 100% of the things that you said were true, they would buy 100% of the time. Wow. Okay. Anyways, okay. So moving on to the next thing. Okay. So if we can leverage that, we're going to sell more people, right? And this is another reason why you're going to make so much more money when you do this. Okay. Now, step number 4, focus energy and dominate. Okay. So my business graveyard. Here's my business graveyard. Okay. So I started with Dylan's Fine Tackle, which did roughly about $1,000 a month, which wasn't bad because I was like 12 years old. Okay. Then I started a food and beverage company that did about $1,000 a month. I started my first e-com store. I made $0. Started my second e-com store. I made $2,000 a month, but it wasn't really profit. I tried a clothing brand once, made about $100 a month. I tried a consulting company. I only made about $500 a month. Wilson Media started to see some success. Outwork Media started to see some success. And then RSC, here we are. Now, there's one difference between all of these companies and this company, right? There's one main difference. And the difference is RSC is the first company that I've ever built where it was the only thing I had going at one point in time. RSC is the only company I work on. Every single one of these companies you see here, except for Dylan's Fine Tackle, were operating simultaneously, right? So these were both operating at the same time. Actually, all 3 of these were operating at the same time. These were all operating at the same time. These were operating at the same time as well. And then I stopped all of these. I went all in on one thing. And with the focused energy, right, I was able to dominate, okay? That is why you want to become a surgeon, not a general doctor, right? Think about those, the doctors that know how to solve one specific problem with the heart. They make a boatload of money, right? But the average doctor who works at a clinic, makes your average salary, okay? And here's what this looks like visually, okay? So if I draw this out, what most of you guys are doing, if this is all your energy, right? If this is all your energy, you're going like this, right? Oh, I can do ceramic coating, I can do PPF, I can do restoration, I can do repairs, I can do something else, right? But because you have so much dispersed energy, you're not actually able to make it to where you want to be, right? Like if here is where success is, you can't actually get there because every time you start to grow here, then you have somebody who wants to do ceramic coating things. You're like, oh, I don't want to miss out on this $200, so I'm going to help them with that too. But what that does, that takes away your energy from here, and it ultimately leads you to never getting past here, right? And if you ever feel stuck in your agency, this is probably the reason why, right? But alternatively, when you do things properly and you dedicate all your time and attention to one specific thing, you can go very far, right? You dedicate everything into one here. Oh, well, Dylan, all the millionaires in the world, they have 7 streams of passive income. Well, I'll tell you what, they made their money with one thing, and then they used money to make more money, right? That is why they have 7 streams of passive income, not because they tried to build 7 companies at the same time. Last thing I'm going to share with you guys, what we have done, we've created scaling plans. So what you can do, I'll link in the description, 100% free, no opt-in, no nothing, right? Trust me, no nothing, okay? You fill out your information, tell us exactly where you're at within your company. I'll send you a 100% free course that is going to get you to wherever you want to be, wherever you are, to where you want to be. Okay, check that out. Link in the description, 100% free, no opt-in, no nothing. And other than that, as a quick reminder, please do not subscribe because I would rather less people see this, because the less people see this, the more valuable it becomes for you.